Charlie Cushane here to do another truck camper mod. This time, we're planning a trip down to Baja, Mexico, which is it's going to be a 30-day caravan. It's going to go all the way down into Baja, which, as you know, is a sliver of land that comes just south of San Diego. It goes all the way into Mexico, all the way down and back. So 30 days. Now, there's two things you always worry about: security, and we're going with a guided caravan, so we should be okay there. The second thing is, what do people always say? Don't drink the water. So, to prevent any issues, I'm going to put in 2 different devices in my truck camper to protect us and make the water as clean as possible. So let's get started installing what I call phase 1. So I did a lot of research on Amazon and other places for the best water filter you could buy for your RV. And heading above for a full RV filtration system, this Clearsource Ultra was highly, highly recommended. And as you can tell, it's 3 stages. Okay, now I'm not a water expert, but 3 stages with 3 different filters sounded good to me. And I'll tell you what they are. This first stage, and I'm reading a little label here, it says it's a 5-micron rust filter. It reduces iron and rust and sediment. So that gets all your solids. So the water comes in here, it goes through that first. Then it goes through this filter, the middle filter, 0.5 micron filter. It's a coconut shell carbon black. It reduces bacteria, cysts, and other organic compounds. And it also improves the taste and smell. So this has carbon in it, and that helps adjust the taste and smell. And then the last filter was developed by NASA, and it reduces bacteria, cysts, and E. coli, and viruses. So these 3 filters, the water comes in, goes through all 3 in stages, and then comes out here. So it had very, very good reviews, and these are easy to change. You just unscrew this and change it. There was only one problem I had with this whole thing. Look how big it is. Now, technically size I could probably deal with, but, oh, this has a really thick, 1/8-inch thick steel frame around it. And I think it was designed to put on the ground. And you hook your hose to it and then to your camper. Which, in theory, is good, except most campgrounds we go to, our sites are dirt. And I don't want to be putting this in the dirt. And then if it rains, it gets splashed on, or the hoses get water on it, and it would just get filthy and maybe start to rust and everything. Plus, I just weighed this. It weighs 27 pounds, so almost 30 pounds. Empty. There's no water in this yet. This is just empty right now as is. Too heavy for me, especially with a truck camper where weight is really a critical thing. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take it apart, put a different frame on it, and find a way to mount it to my camper so it's easy to just put on and use. Okay, so let's start taking this apart and making a new mounting system. Okay, before I start unscrewing this, these are all tied together. I don't want it to be banging, so I put some spacers under the bottom of this so it doesn't just fall. So that way when I take it apart, it should just stay together nicely. So let's just see how easy this is. There we go. Okay. Here we go. That by itself is much lighter. So now we have to build some kind of new holding system that doesn't involve this heavy weight. And I have an idea how to do that. Now that the piece is all made and I filed all the edges and smoothed over the corners, it's ready to put on. And this shape, because it's a T, will keep it nice and straight and level and flat, which is critical. And then these holes are for hooks to hang it. And you'll see where those goes in a minute. But now, we're just going to put this back together again. Here we go. Perfect. Nice and solid and much lighter than before. Okay, one last thing I'm going to put on before I mount this is I bought these Gorilla Quick Connect. And the reason I bought them is they're lead-free brass. So they're drinking water safe. And what you have to do is, on one end, this just screws on. And on the other end, we put this on that end. There we go. So now the hose will come here. As you can see, I left the word in visible right here and out visible right here. So I know the water flow is going this way. So my hose is going to hook up to this end in this quick connect, and this will hook up to the camper. So let's go find a good mounting spot for this. Okay, the plan is to put two hooks in. One right here and one right here. So I got a drill and I put a piece of tape on my drill so I know how deep to go. I don't want to go through anything, so. There we go. Okay, here's the filter. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now to put some hooks in where I'm going to store this. Hang it right here in my basement. There we go. Now let's try it out. Perfect. Okay, this is how this water filter phase 1 will work. When I get to a campsite, open my compartment, and there's the filter. I just take it off the hooks that I put up here, carry it around, hang it right here on these two hooks. It's off the ground. I have it recessed in so the rain shouldn't be splashing on it. I'm going to open this, which has all my water hookups. Open the little door. Here's my hose. And then the hose from the campground, right here. This, all set. It didn't take me any longer than hooking up the regular hose. So this should work perfect. It's out of the way. It's easy to use here. It's easy to change the filters here. And I hang it in the back compartment. And when it's in use, even if I have a drip or two, it goes right on the ground. It doesn't harm anything. That's why I didn't want it inside. This is a win-win, and it's only phase 1 of my 2-phase Baja water safe treatment. So stay tuned for part 2.